is The Game on News Radio KMAN.
You know what? On the drive over today from the house to the radio station, in the car is where I do some of my best thinking, some of my best brainstorming. Willie Nelson, that was his strategy for writing songs. He would just get in the car, and when you're driving, it shuts off half of your brain. You're able to think better. Wasn't one of those deep thoughts. I was just thinking, how cool would it be if the number one player in high school basketball for the class of 2025 would put K-State in his Final Seven? I was just thinking about that today. I was like, that'd be really cool, right? I think it'd be like 3 guys now in the top 30 in the nation for that 25 recruiting class that have K-State down to the Final 7. Well, it just so happens, I mean, what a coincidence this was.
Total coinky-dink.
That A.J. Badonsta, I can't remember how to say his last name, but he is 6'8" wing from Brockton, Massachusetts, who earlier today, through On3, made a little bit of announcement. He announced that he has narrowed his recruiting down to 7 schools. So there's coincidence number 1. Those schools are, get ready for a lot of Big 12 in here, BYU, Baylor, KU, Auburn, Alabama, North Carolina, and one more school listed by this soldier. That's his team's nickname, the Soldiers. The Kansas State Wildcats. Welcome to the game. I'm Mitch Fortner with Troy Coverdale. It's us two rocking it today. He's wearing, I put a ketchup on my ketchup shirt. I'm wearing a K-State Script Cat shirt. It's purple, and we're going to rock into the weekend as we are out at 5. The red-hot Kansas City Royals, 5 o'clock pregame coverage. It's game 2 of 4 in Detroit against the Tigers tonight. First pitch is at 5:40. You want to talk a little bit about the Royals here in just a moment? Another cool thing happened today. This with the Kansas City Chiefs. The video came out today. And that was when Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes arrived to the facility today in St. Joseph, Missouri. They got a nice little surprise on a desk. And that is once again Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are in the 99 club for Madden. Did anybody buy the bundle, by the way? With College Football 25, you could also bundle it with the new Madden game, Madden 25, with Christian McCaffrey on the cover. Not only do you have Deuce Vaughn in the game, you also have Cooper Beebe in the game with the Dallas Cowboys.
Given it's a bundle, does that mean Jake from State Farm was also there?
That might be in the new 2K game with Caitlin Clark.
Right, quite possibly.
Yeah, you'll see him on the sitting the court side.
Yeah, I was thinking,
for fever games.
Patrick have his banner that he dropped once again in Big Red's office. You missed that ad.
I did actually miss that one.
Yeah.
That one doesn't ring a bell.
That was a Jake from State Farm ad where he and Big Red were telling Patrick about some award, and Patrick drops the banner behind him. He already had it pre-done.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Big Red, give him credit for his acting skills. I think he's better than Patrick. Now, Mahomes is getting better. Travis Kelce is, not bad. Andy Reid has some comedic skills to him, and I'm not sure if he knows about it. He should know about it. Because all the State Farm commercials he's been doing, he's been great. And I see the Nuggies, the State Farm commercial in the fast food restaurant, and then what was the other one? Oh, in the plane, drawing mustaches on players as they're traveling somewhere. He was great. He was awesome. Funny. Good acting, I thought. But anyway, with the Madden 99 club, they're still in it. They each got gifts. Patrick Mahomes was gifted a gold putter. First thing I thought of was Happy Gilmore. His hockey putter, that was gold. There's a new Happy Gilmore movie being made. Travis Kelce got a golden microphone. He's podcasting. He's about to get paid. He and Jason are about to get paid a ton of money for their podcast and just got the hookup on a golden microphone, which is pretty sweet.
Are we sure that they did not get that used from the estate of?
I just thought about that. No, it's not the golden EIB microphone. It's a brand new microphone. There's no logos on it. Doesn't even say New Heights or anything on it.
Okay.
But it's pretty sweet. I'm a little jealous because a golden microphone. We used to have purple windsocks on our microphones. Those aren't around anymore. They haven't been around for a long time. That was a while back. But those are more expensive.
Who stopped that? Okay.
Well,
management.
The people involved with where we spend our money.
Right. Yeah. Management.
Yeah, they're way more expensive, as a matter of fact.
Got it.
And then more of a national story. And I noticed MLB TV was talking about this today. I was just flipping and stopped on MLB TV, and they just had a big old picture of Bobby Witt Jr. up. Well, they were talking about what Bobby Witt Jr. is the first in baseball to ever do. Nobody in the history of Major League Baseball has ever hit 20-plus home runs and stolen 20-plus bases in each of their first 3 Major League Baseball seasons.
It's one of the highlights that they play in pregame, the comment about the 30-30 club starting and ending in Royals history with Bobby Witt Jr. He accomplished that last year.
The Royals are in a race right now, and they're off to a good start in this race. It's a race for at least a wild card spot, which they still own, but there's plenty of games to go. We have 2 months of baseball to play.
Yes, they were helped out by the Twins being off last night. The win put them back right into the number 2 spot.
But the Boston Red Sox are right on their heels.
Yep.
Actually, I can go and give you the update right now. So Kansas City does own the second wildcard spot, like you said. They're 4 games back of the Yankees. Twins own the 3rd spot, and then 2 games back the Red Sox, 3.5 back the Mariners, 4.5 back the Rays. That's basically your race right now. The Rangers are kind of still they're separating themselves from the pack. They're 8 games back. Chicago White Sox are 34 games back. Oof. But that's not the only race now that the Royals are in. Because let's single out Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby's hitting .350, and I think I think they were talking about on MLB TV, and I mentioned this yesterday. Is Bobby Witt Jr. the best player in baseball? I say he is, at least right now. The race I'm talking about, though, is can he win American League MVP? Well, according to the experts, and I definitely don't claim myself as an expert in baseball, but I've done enough research where there's pretty much a consensus on who right now has the lead. It's not Bobby Witt Jr. It's Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it's Mr. Softball Stadium.
You know what? I was looking up the dimensions
Softball
earlier.
Stadium.
Yes, the fences are actually, I think, out to left center and right center field. Yankee Stadium's actually deeper.
I'm talking down the lines.
Yeah, down the lines. It's
Judge,
a big difference.
Judge isn't hitting the alleys.
No, he pulls.
Yeah.
He pulls.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has the advantage right now, and that's because he's raking the home runs. He has 39 on the season. I think he leads Major League Baseball with 99 RBI.
Correct. And I'll be perfectly honest, I've got a comparison list here. Judge leads in 7 categories. Bobby Witt Jr. leads in 4, and Juan Soto would lead in 1 in head-to-head matchups between the trio.
I mean, who else would you put in the category of the running for American League MVP?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, but you're talking between Judge and Witt, guys that have WAR numbers that are over 7, 7.4 for Judge, 7.2 for Witt, guys that have OPS numbers that are better than 1,000. And, in fact, add Soto to that mix. All 3 of them have OPS numbers better than 1,000. But Judge's slugging percentage is .689. Witt's is .604. Witt gets him on batting average, stolen bases, of course, while Judge has the better on-base percentage and that slugging number, while still batting .316.
Yeah, nobody had a better July than Bobby Witt Jr. I don't think it was even close. Bobby Witt Jr. crushed the month of July. He hit nearly 500. He was just short of batting 500. Batting average is where Bobby Witt Jr. is above the rest. Nobody can touch Bobby Witt Jr. in batting average. Bobby is exactly at 350 right now in the season. The guy that's ahead of him in, it's not a vote, but the leader in the clubhouse for American League MVP is Aaron Judge, who's batting .316. But Bobby's not in the area of home runs, doesn't have as many RBI, doesn't have as many walks. And when you're a dangerous hitter like Aaron Judge, the respect on your name and your power is gonna warrant more walks. And he's just been around a lot longer.
There's also that, but I'm going to give Bobby Witt Jr. credit. Something that he has accomplished with his game that wasn't in place when he first got to the team and has developed now over the last 2 years. He has become much better at being selective at the plate. The holes in his swing that he had early, he eliminated those. And that is a big difference right now for him. It does make it surprising, though, that he does not walk more than what he does.
Well, let me ask you this. How often does he foul off the ball?
Oh, boy. I haven't given it that much attention.
See, I don't watch a ton of Royals baseball. I will listen to it on the radio, but I don't have Bally.
Sure. And I only
paid for it.
And I only get a few innings in.
Yeah.
Because of bedtime.
I mean, it's just crazy that, what was the stat again? Bobby had more, what did he have more than
he
swings
had
and a miss?
More extra base hits than he did swings and misses.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing.
Yes.
Does anybody watch the ball better than Bobby Witt Jr.?
And that's what I'm saying. He has gotten very good at wiping those holes out of his swing.
Is there a chance, though, that Bobby can catch Aaron Judge at this point?
Probably not, given that the RBIs and home runs are where they are, unless Judge hits a prolonged slump and Witt continues to hit the way he is.
But do you see that happening? I mean,
it's the Yankees, I can hope.
You tell me they're gonna, as a team, they're gonna hit a slump and they're gonna play themselves out of a wild card. And here comes the Boston Red Sox.
Oh man, so much wishful thinking there.
Update on the American League Central standings: both Cleveland and Kansas City have won 4 in a row. So again, this is the second time this has happened. The Royals are catching heat, but Cleveland is step for step with them. So when Kansas City catches heat, they can't catch a break with Cleveland. Cleveland's 66 and 42. The Royals are 61 and 49. That puts Kansas City 6 back in the Central. KC in second place.
The part of the problem there is that every time that the Royals get hot, it's specifically against the divisional rivals. And every time that Cleveland is getting hot, it's against the divisional rivals.
Well, and the thing is that the Guardians are playing the Orioles for 4 this weekend.
Ooh.
And they just took game 1. I say they just took it. Yesterday they won 10-3. It was a pretty dominating win for Cleveland.
Okay.
And they're playing them at home. Let's look at their near schedule. Their coming up schedule here, because they probably these next couple of weeks is going to make a big difference on what happens. And you look at the schedule: Arizona. You would imagine Cleveland will take care of business there, and then then they're going to the Twins, and the Twins right now 3rd place in the American League. They're also battling for a wild card spot, staying in a wild card spot, and potentially for the division. So that'll be very interesting. The Royals still have 3 games left with the Detroit Tigers, and first pitch tonight is at 5:40. Pre-game coverage at 5 o'clock, and tonight on the Hill, it's a couple of all-stars. Screwball for the Tigers, Reagan's for the Royals. Pre-game coverage at 5. Let's take a break. When we come back, Troy's Olympics update after these words.
I'm AJ Sean with a sports update for News Radio KMAN as the game continues. Vinny Pasquantino homered twice. Seth Lugo gave up just 4 hits over 8 strong innings. And the Royals down the Tigers 7-1 on Thursday night. Michael Garcia started the game with a single and stole second and third without throws. And that set up Bobby Witt, who then walked, followed by Pasquantino hitting a 3-run homer. Witt and Pasquantino then hit back-to-back homers in the 8th off Brennan Hanafy. Witt added an RBI double in the 9th as he pushed his league-best batting average to .350 on the year. Lugo improved to 13-5, giving up 1 run, striking out 3 and walking 1 after going just 1-3 in the month of July, 7-0 with a 1.31 ERA and 9 starts against the American League Central this season. The teams play the second of its 4-game series tonight with Tiger left-hander Tarek Skubal, his 12-3 record with a 2.35 ERA, going against Royals ace left-hander Cole Reagans with his 7-7 record and a 3.37 ERA. Angel star Mike Trout needs a second surgery for a torn meniscus in his left knee, ending his season prematurely. Trout said Thursday in a social media post that an MRI revealed the new tear. He previously had surgery on May 3rd to repair the meniscus, has been working toward a return, but his rehab was shut down on Tuesday. He's only played 29 games this year. Now back to the game on News Radio KMAN.
I think before the break I said Screwball. Did I say Screwball? I meant to say Skubal.
Yeah, Tarek Skubal.
He may be a Screwball. We don't know.
Pitcher. Does he throw a Screwball?
No.
Many guys don't really throw the screwball anymore, I feel.
No, they gave that up for the split finger.
Yep.
Years ago.
But it is a pair of all-star lefties on the hill, like I mentioned, Cole Reagans, Skubal.
Who somehow made it through trade deadline still in place.
They got rid of Jack Flaherty, I know that.
Flaherty. Okay, sorry.
2 minutes before the deadline.
We're going to get a bet on this tonight, Troy. Even money for a Royals win tonight.
Seriously. Really? Even money on the line?
Even on the money line. Yep.
Be danged.
Tempted to throw a buck or two on that?
I might later. In a little bit.
Maybe throw in some Cole Reagan strikeouts?
I've got to do business first.
You know, last time, I remember the last time, maybe not the last time, but you gave us like a guarantee one time. You're like, I guarantee tonight Cole Reagans will hit the over on strikeouts, and I think the over-under was 6.5, and he finished with 4.
Yeah. It was that close. Just drove me nuts. Yeah.
It's always the worst when they come like 3 or 4. Like for example, like I do a lot of parlays during football season, and the quarterback, you hit your receiver parlay, you hit your running back parlay, you hit whatever other parlay, and then the quarterback comes up 3 to 4 yards short.
Yep.
The good news is I don't bet hundreds and thousands of dollars. I bet like $10.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating regardless.
It's bad beats no matter what.
Yep.
Well, we move on from baseball to actual Olympic sports, because baseball's not an Olympic sport anymore. It hasn't been for a while.
Correct. They're trying to get it back in, but for the moment, no.
It's our last Olympics update from Troy Coverdale, so without further ado...
You mean for the week?
What'd I say?
The last?
Well, last of the week.
Thank you.
Last of the week. We have all next week as well.
Yeah.
All next week.
Details.
All right. What's been going on lately? Olympics update. Here is Troy Coverdale.
Before we get too deep into the action that is taking place overseas, let's note Travis Gepford, the new track and field coach at K-State, announcing his coaching staff today. And it just happens that he's overseas in France right now because one of his assistants-to-be will be competing this coming week.
Oh, nice.
Tara Davis-Woodhall will compete in the long jump. Her first round on the qualifying side will be on Tuesday, 4:15 in the morning. 2021 graduate of Texas, 5-time first-team All-American, 4 times in the long jump, and coming to K-State as one of the assistants under new track and field coach Travis Gepford.
Okay.
That's heck
cool.
of a get.
That's pretty cool.
We'll forgive the fact she's a Longhorn. Sha'Carri Richardson won her first ever race at the Olympics. Richardson with a blazing opening round in the 100 this morning. 10.94 seconds easily through to the semifinals. while wearing the neon green shoes contrasting against the purple track. The American capturing the first of 8 first-round races on the opening day of track action at Stade de France. Her training partners, Melissa Jefferson and Twanisha Terry, also made it through. The U.S. mixed 4x4 relay team set a world record and dominated. We talk about Katie Ledecky swimming herself so far that they have to go to the all-22 when she's in the 1,500 meter. Well, this relay race almost wound up the same way. Vernon Norwood, Shamir Little, Bryce Dedman, and Kaylin Brown finished their 4 laps in 3 minutes, 7.41 seconds. They broke the mark of 3 minutes, 8 seconds, 0.80 seconds at the World Championships last year. It puts them into the finals on Saturday. It's an event that's only 5 years old, but it puts them on the cusp of going right back after that record. Australian Leon Marchand continued his dominance in the pool on day 7 at the Games. He captured his 4th gold with another runaway victory in the 200-meter individual relay. Trampoline gymnast Ivan Livanovic and Violeta Bardzilowska of Belarus became the first 2 neutral athletes to win medals in the Olympics. You watched, didn't you?
I watched the video that was going viral today of not the actual trampoline event taking place. It was the cameraman who was at floor level going up and down with the camera, keeping up with the athlete. I'm sure that's great people watching as well, because you're watching everybody just go. Their heads just going up and down. Big ol' yeses.
It's a rematch of the Wimbledon final on the men's side coming in the tennis final. Novak Djokovic versus Carlos Alcaraz to match up in the final on Saturday. Americans archers Brady Ellison and Casey Koppold defeated Annika Bakat and Jamari Bomdevara of India to claim Olympic bronze in the mixed archery team category. And U.S. soccer was ousted today 4-0 by Morocco.
No shot.
Morocco?
No shot.
Morocco's solid, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
they are?
point to Morocco on a map.
Well, it's in Africa. I think it's like northern Africa, right?
It is.
I don't think it is. I think it's western.
Maybe northwestern.
Look it up on a map. We got to find out.
I'm doing it.
Because Morocco is where Casablanca, right?
Yes. But yes, northwest. No. Nope.
Yeah.
Northwest. Yeah, you're right. So those of us who said north, and you who said west.
Someone didn't pay attention in geography class.
Did you have a geography class growing up?
Well, it was a part of the overall middle school social studies class. But yeah, it's Northwestern tip. We had like a full 3 months on Africa and the history of Africa. And
really?
Yeah, when I was like in 6th grade. I actually had a decent teacher. She's a little weird, little hyper. Like she would always go behind this actors like wall or whatever. I can't even really describe it. And she'd come out as some historical figure, and she's like, oh, I don't know who this person is, and I'm like, yeah, we all know it's you. We're not stupid. We're in 6th grade, not kindergarten.
Was this at the private school?
No. It was it was at the private school that was $1 million a month, $1 billion, whatever it was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
$25,000 a semester.
$25,000 a semester. Out in like it was out in the beautiful part of England.
You mentioned it, Troy. You mentioned the purple track, and I was like, man, it's a sweet looking track, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
It's purple with the white lines.
Correct.
I was like, that's something that I like.
Yep.
I like purple.
Well, it is the color of the games, so.
Oh, it is the official colors?
I mean, just like right there, the display of the bike cross folks getting ready to launch.
Tell you what, France been getting a little heat this last week or so, but hey.
I don't know if you saw the guy that had a lost his lunch after having to swim in that toxic river.
No.
So what?
No surprise.
That did happen?
Yeah, somebody threw up after swimming in it.
I mean, that's kind of a given. It's if it's the triathlon anyway.
For sure. But yeah, let's just say he didn't have a great day yesterday.
The U.S. women in soccer, they play tomorrow, right?
Correct.
And that's
Yes.
at noon?
That is, I believe so, yes.
Who's the opponent? I don't remember.
It is, shoot, and I do remember.
Put everybody
It's in-
on the spot here today.
Yeah, it's in Paris. I know that. Let me get my handy-dandy Sports on TV app ready to go here. No, I don't need gymnastics. I need soccer. You can tell which one I've been utilizing to help my parents and my wife along.
I think it's Japan.
I believe you are correct, yes.
How about that?
I'm getting it.
Rematch of the well, I got it right here. It's a rematch of the World Cup finals. Actually, they've met a couple of times in the finals of the World Cup.
2011 and 2015, Japan won in 11, U.S. won in 15. Man, I remember that 2011 team vaguely, how young that team was.
There we go.
By the U.S. really starting to separate itself in the team standings and medals with 43, but they're still trailing in gold.
You mentioned noon. It's 8 our time tomorrow morning, Japan and the U.S.
Oh, I thought it was a noon kick. No,
yeah,
it's going to be 8
it's
a.m. huh?
afternoon overseas, but it's 8 here.
All right. U.S. Japan, 8 o'clock a.m. Get up early. Go watch the Americans beat the Japanese in soccer once again. That's another Olympics update from Troy Coverdale. We're not done with the Olympics, but it is Friday. We need to play Blindly Ranked 5. It's another Olympics edition when we come back on the game. Oh, the French, they're so cocky in this bike race. They go 1, 2, 3, and the guy that finishes first just looks back, and then they do a victory lap. And
I was having a chuckle over the one who finished third, popping the wheelie on his way over the line.
Thing is, like a race like this, I don't know if they have this in the X Games. But yeah, France knows how to ride a bike. That's cool. Well, because they do have the
Something like that.
top bike race in the world. Not like they have an advantage or anything. Nah, I don't know anything about it.
Well,
okay.
no wonder they didn't like Lance Armstrong for all those years.
Well, that and the drug use.
That's true. They were the first, I think, to expose that whole thing, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they couldn't stand him.
Well, let's play Blindly Ranked 5. One of my favorite things to do during the week, kind of celebrating the week, capping off with a little bit of a game. How Blindly Ranked 5 works, I'm going to give Troy here 5 things to list with the course knowing the category. He's going to list these one at a time without knowing what comes next. Let me grab a pin here. All right, got my pin.
Okay. Making sure it wasn't for me. Prepared with my writing utensil.
This topic was influenced because of an article that came out a couple of days ago.
Want me to play along?
If you want to. The athletes,
I'll do my own list.
The athletes, a lot of complaints about the Olympic Village, where the Olympics taking care of these folks, giving them facilities and food and all this stuff. But there's been a lot of complaints, and I got 5 top complaints from the Olympians about the living conditions and what's been provided.
And essentially, I'm to prioritize which is the most valid as I see it. Is that what you're asking me here?
Like I said, I've said before, you can rank it however you want. I'd be like, oh, they're ridiculous.
Okay.
Ridiculous complaints, or you agree with these complaints, or what's the most valid complaint.
Right. Okay.
So it's totally up to
Okay.
you.
I'll go on valid.
Okay. You're ranking them here.
All right.
Complaint number 1 is the shared bathrooms. The worst account I could find was that there were 10 female athletes sharing one bathroom.
Yeah,
And
Coco
little
Gauff.
there's little privacy. There's also been, this kind of goes with it because I think the bathroom kind of goes with the conjoined rooms, I guess, or whatever, however it works. But there's no curtains either.
Yeah, Coco Gauff was the one I saw that had shared that over the weekend in terms of the frustration, and noted that already a number of tennis players had moved out of the house because of that. I'm going to go ahead and put that at number 2. I know it's an important one for the women, not so much for the guys.
Hey, speak for yourself.
He had it at 2. I'll put that at 3.
When I rented my little room in New York City for $1,500 a month, I did not have my own bathroom. I shared 2 bathrooms with a floor. The thing is, though, there were enough rooms on that floor that had their own bathrooms. I got the cheaper room.
That you were okay?
I basically had my own bathroom.
Yeah.
I never once in 5 months, never once had to wait for a bathroom or for a shower or anything. So
Okay.
I got lucky. Let's put it that way. All right, major complaint number 2, no air conditioning. So what they've done instead, and by the way, it's been pretty hot. It's been just as hot in Paris as it's been here in Kansas.
Right.
This week.
It's also Europe where they don't do a lot of air conditioning.
So what they've been doing instead is a water cooling system, which is supposed to be more efficient than air conditioning.
Yeah, swamp coolers.
The thing is, though, it's hard to control the temperature with this system. And what they've allowed for the athletes to have in their rooms is a thermostat, but you can only adjust this thermostat. The maximum capacity is 3.5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's all you can adjust it. Other than that, it's out of your control.
I'm going to put that in the middle of the pack as a validity complaint. Just because going into Europe, they don't do air conditioning.
The best they've been able to control this cooling system is the medium temperature typically has been anywhere between 73 to 79. And for me, that's too hot.
I'll put that at 2.
Where are you putting that? Where'd you say,
3.
Troy?
3. Middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I can take it or leave it.
Do you typically like it? Because you've roomed with me once or twice. So, but you know I like a cold room.
Yes.
You're
listen, our apartment right now is at 74.
I think I'm set at 69 or 70.
Uh-huh.
I like it cool.
I'll
pay for it.
I'm in the middle. I'm 72 right now.
Penny pinching. What I call that.
Penny pinching?
Well, because my AC is running all day. Expect like a day like this, all day.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Well, I have the portable fans, as I've told you about before, right next to the bed, right next to the...
I sleep with I sleep with the fan, too.
Yeah.
I have to have a fan.
I have to have it blowing on me. And,
Same.
of course, my
Same.
mom is weird when I come home about that. She will not let the air conditioning run at night. It's annoying.
Oh, geez.
That's tough. That's when it should be running.
And then she has the window open when it's 25 degrees outside. It was Lake Michigan winters for you.
No, run the AC at night.
Yes.
Be comfortable,
Yes.
and then turn it up when you're out and about doing stuff. You're moving around,
She wants to be cheap. She wants to be cheap. I'm
AJ,
sorry,
AJ
Mama.
just called his mom.
I'm
cheap.
sorry, Mom. I love you, but you're cheap here.
All right. Complaint number 3 is the cafeteria. So it's been said they're serving 40 to 60,000 meals a day.
Jesus.
Here's the main issue is that they're running out of food constantly, and it takes a long time to replace it. These athletes, unless you get there early for this food, you're going to probably be waiting in line a while. And another common thing is they run out of food and like what you want, and then you never get it.
Yeah, that's a number 1 complaint right there.
There was
There
was an athlete that was interviewed during this article, and she said that because of they just can't get enough food. Because you think about it, they're eating healthy, but for some of it, a lot of these athletes, they want to load up.
Right.
Load up on the car, load up on the energy, and they just
Bingo.
don't have that always available.
Right.
And one of these track athletes said she has lost 5 pounds.
That's number 1 for me, too.
The food issue.
Well, I like to eat, so...
Yeah, I love to eat too. So for Troy, food 1, bathrooms 2, AC 3. So 4 and 5 are left open. Complaint number 4 that I have has been one that's been a complaint for a long time, and that's the beds. Them being cardboard.
Yes.
The mattresses are uncomfortable. The rumors had always been these beds were brought in to, maybe keep people from matching on Tinder and then
bring on a
getting
little
together
Barry
and-
White. Mhm.
Sure,
I got
yeah.
you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Careful with the fireplace because that will light that bed on fire quick.
Yeah, no candles nearby.
But the uncomfortable beds, the tough sleeping situation.
I'm going to put that at 5. It's a solid complaint, but I also know that there are workarounds that many of them have undertaken, such as bringing in mattress toppers and some other things along those lines.
All right, your final complaint. You only have 4 open here. So the final complaint is the commute from the village to the facility. So here the big story is some of these facilities are 9 to 10 miles away from the village, so they're busing them back and forth. There have been times where these athletes are either stuck or waiting, or the combined, over an hour and a half to get to the one location. And the word on the street is that these buses are a sauna.
Oh, I'm sure.
Especially if you're getting a lot of bodies on there and you're waiting 90 minutes to get somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna put the beds at 4, and I'll put the commute at 5.
See, and in my case, I also want to note that those that are watching the games don't even have that option in terms of the commute. My friends Amber and Aaron have basically been walking the entirety of everything that they've gone to see. And it means that it's quick turnarounds to get places.
Food is the easy one for me. 2 would probably I gotta put commute at 2. I can be my patience can be short when it comes to commute and getting stuck in traffic or being jammed into this small.
Well, it makes sense since you get impatient a lot when you're driving, right?
On a similar note, don't drive Anderson today.
That's what I heard. heard you can get a little backed up on Anderson. That's the word on the street.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
what I heard, too.
Commute at 2. I'm going to go AC 3. Beds 4, bathrooms 5.
Okay.
That's the way I would arrange it. Let's wrap up the week, guys. When we come back, ask us anything after these words.